Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over my rod arsenal, my rod and reel arsenal for the season of 2021. And before I get started, this is in no way flexing my rods or showing off what I have. I'm just trying to show you guys what I've got so far, and I might pick up a rod or two here and there, and I'll let you guys know. I'll probably end up using it in a video. I don't know how many. They're all in my closet right now. I've actually got a few of them hung up around my room. But also, this video was suggested by my friend Aiden. You guys will probably see him in some future videos. We're going to be fishing a lot this spring and summer. But yeah, I'm looking forward to fishing with him. I'm gonna get these rods and I'm gonna show you guys. Let's get this video started. Alright guys, well behind me I have all my rods and reels. I have more rods than reels because I'll just end up taking a reel off each rod or just setting it on different ones. But I'm going to be showing you guys all the rods, all the reels, so I guess get ready for a lot of talking because I've got quite a few rods. And yeah, let's just get started. I don't know why it was a good idea to have a lipless crankbait on a just swinging out there, but I'm gonna get this undone. Alright guys, so this first one here is a, this is going to be a creek rod. It's got a nice grip, 13 fishing logo. It is a Omen Black. It is a 6'7" medium action. Got it from Field and Stream. It's a very light rod. It's got some good bend to it. It's got a good feel to it. I'm excited to use this. I haven't used it yet, and I'm trying to save it to use it probably this spring. But yeah, that's that rod. That is the first one, 13 fishing Omen Black. But with this, I would probably throw some smaller crankbaits in the creek, some micro jigs. I'd even throw some Ned rigs on this. So you guys have seen me use this rod. This is the Bass Pro Shops Johnny Moore's Carbon Light 2.0. This rod is actually pretty cool. It's their lightest series of rods that Bass Pro makes. It is a 7-foot medium action. It's a bit of a stiffer medium though, which is why I like throwing lipless crankbaits on it and all that good stuff. You can see it's got some nice grip to it. I believe, yeah, this is a wind grip. There we go. It's a wind grip. Also on the bottom here, you've got this cool dial that you can switch it, and you can just say what, like, it helps when you're on a boat and you have a lot of rods in front of you. You can just look and see what pound line you have on that rod, so that helps out. I don't really have a lot much to say. Oh, and the reel. This is a Revo SX Abu Garcia left-handed reel, 7:3 gear ratio. I bought these little grips from Field and Stream, I believe. And yeah, it works pretty well. This is a 10 bearing system. But yeah, that is what I use for lipless crankbaits, maybe a chatterbait. I'd probably throw a chatterbait. But yeah, this is like a good all-around go-to rod. You can even throw some smaller jigs on it, some lighter jigs, and Texas rigs. But yeah. Alright, so for the next rod, we have a Abu Garcia Veritas. It is a 7-foot medium action. This is not my go-to. This is probably a backup, just in case, because I did get one for Christmas, which I used in the past few videos. It's got a decent grip on it. It's kind of gotten worn down. I use this rod like every day this past summer, so it's gotten really worn out, as you guys can see. This is a bit of a cheaper rod. It's got a really nice feel to it, some nice bend. But yeah, that's what I used for a lot of my finesse baits. Next up here is this, it was a special. It was a rod that they came out with. It was, I think, 2 years ago, last year, something like that. Got it for Christmas 2 years ago. Is a Abu Garcia Shyrock. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But the tip ended up falling off this one, and I ended up putting on, can't really focus, but it's you can buy them at Walmart for like $3, and it's just a replacement tip eyelet for it. But yeah, this is a 7.2 medium heavy. This is what I use for frogs. I also will use this other Veritas one that I have, the Veritas PLX, which I'll get to that in a second. One thing that is different is like the handle kind of comes to a hook, and it kind of, I don't know how I feel about it. It took some getting used to, but it didn't bother me too much. It's got a nice grip, nice Abu Garcia logo there. But yeah, this one it's definitely stiffer. It's a medium heavy. I like it a lot for frogs. You can pull the bass out of a lot. It's got a pretty cool green color to it. Here is the rod that I've been using the past few videos. I got it for Christmas. It's a Johnny Morris Signature Series. It's it's newer this year from Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. It's a combo. And one thing that is what pretty much sold me on this thing is it had a 10-year rod warranty. So say I just snap the rod, it does not include the reel, but for the rod, if I were to just snap the rod, send it back in there, and for the next 10 years I have a warranty. This also has the dial at the bottom, and I've got it 20-pound braid to a, I believe, 12-pound fluorocarbon leader. I should probably lighten that up, but there's a lot of hang-ups and there's a lot of structure, some rocks at the bottom of the creek, which I've been using this. For this rod, this would be my Finesse rod, so I would throw, like I have on it, a Ned rig. I would also throw Senkos, like weightless Senkos or wacky rigs, Nico rigs, all that stuff on this. So just some finesse tactics I would throw with this, which is also why I have the braid to the fluorocarbon. A lot more sensitivity in braid and has much better feel. This rod is a, I believe, it's a 7.2 medium action. Alright, so we have 4 more here. This is the Abu Garcia Veritas PLX. This is what I'm going to use for frogs in the spring, and then I'll also have that green one for the backup. This one just came out a couple months ago. It's like a couple weeks before Christmas, about a month before Christmas. This is a 7.2 medium heavy. This is actually what they designed for frogs, like they call it their frogging stick or whatever. It's got some cool color to it. It's all white, which will get dirty. I use this a few times now, and it's gotten dirty, but I don't mind it much. And it's also got a pretty cool red logo on the bottom. I can also throw some Texas rigs on this, maybe a jig. This is also good for deep crankbaits. I'd use this one. But yeah, it is like 15% lighter and like 30% stronger, they said, or something like that. I like the color. I'd probably pair it up with like a darker reel, like a black. I'd probably pair it up with this with some braid on it. So I'd probably pair it up with this and then put some braid on it. And since I'm onto this reel, this is a Revo X. I got it actually with this as a combo. And this is a Revo X by Abu Garcia, 7:3-to-1 gear ratio. It's got 8 bearing system in it. And this reel has been through a lot of big fish. It's been dropped a lot. It's got some scratches on it, but yeah. This is like a cheaper reels that, like, once you buy your first reel, this is probably what I would step up to, something around this price. This one retails for $100, but I think I got it with the combo for like $140, $150. Next up here is the Pfluger President rod. This I use for trout. It's a 6.6 medium action. I could definitely go lighter for my trout setup, but this is what I got for it, and it works pretty well. This is 6-pound line. This is a combo. I got it from Field & Stream. This is also great for creeks. My favorite rig to use on it is just a simple wacky rig Senko. But you guys have seen me use this rod quite a bit. I use it in the creeks a lot, and this is what I caught all my trout on. This is 6-pound Seagar red label fluorocarbon. Yeah, it's a really nice rod. It's got a nice cork grip to it, and I've had this rod for a year and a half now. It's been pretty good. Next up here is this is probably either my first or second favorite rod. This is the St. Croix Mojo Bass rod. It's a 7.1 medium action. I've got it paired up with this reel I got for Christmas. It is a Johnny Morris Carbonite 2.0, so it's actually what you would pair up with the Carbonite 2.0 rod. It's got some nice grip to it. It's very smooth. I can't wait to use this thing in the spring, and hopefully these ponds start to thaw the ice and get warmer. Here it is finally February. We got through January. January flew by actually. But yeah, this one's got a very nice light grip to it. Fits my hand perfectly, and this rod is just all around very light. I would use this with, I've got a jerkbait on it. You can use some lighter crankbaits with it. Alright, before I get to this last one here, over here I've got, let me go grab them. I've got my fly rod. I've used this a few times, and I've got the steelhead rod, which is yet to see a fish. This is a 9-foot Fenwick Eagle medium action. I went up to Michigan in September and we tried to catch some salmon, and we didn't catch anything. We saw quite a few though, but they were moving into the creeks from the lake, and we just couldn't get them to bite. We saw some crazy big fish though, and this is a Reddington. I don't know much about fly rods. I got this 2 years ago. I think I got it from Cabela's. This is just the fly rod that I use though. Pretty simple. I'm not going to get into the specs on this because I don't know much at all about fly fishing, so yeah. Alright, but finally the last one is probably my favorite rod. This is a Abu Garcia Revo Ike. This is my Texas rig and jig rod. This is a 7'2" medium heavy paired with the Shimano Corrado K. This is by far my favorite combo. Very smooth feeling. It's got a great light feel to it, and this rod is very stiff. Perfect for jigs, perfect for Texas rigs, all those heavier setups. Probably one of my favorite things about this rod is just the color. It's a very cool looking, like iridescent color. And right now I got a jig tied onto it. Got 15-pound fluorocarbon on here with the reel, and this reel is a 7.4 gear ratio. You guys can see it on the top there. But that will wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions about any of these rods, just go ahead and comment them down below and I will answer them. Also, let me know. I love whenever I get suggestions for videos. I'll always end up doing them, unless it's like something crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tomorrow I'm going to try to head out to the creek with Eric or just by myself, and I'm probably going to try to get some bass to bite, but probably won't end up getting anything because tomorrow's going to be a high of like 32 or something like that, and this next week and a half, next 10 days, we're going to have like record lows in the past 3 years. It's going to be like a high of like 12 degrees, so there's not going to be a lot of fishing. I'll probably do some more videos like this. Also, update on the boat. I have a charger for the battery. Working on getting enough for the motor, and then a battery. Battery will probably be one of the last steps, but I will be doing a series on here of fixing up the boat. Not fixing it up, but like customizing it, putting a deck on the front, and all that good stuff. So be looking out for that. And like I said, comment down any video ideas that you guys would like to see me do. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.